Well, hello, Guardians. It is Ebontis here. It has been a crazy week in the world of Destiny, probably one of the best ones since Destiny 2 launched. Secrets in this game, Bungie does them better than almost any other company. Secret quests and things like that are pretty awesome. I'll get to that in a little bit if you haven't seen it. Spoiler warning, I'll let you know when that's going to be really spoilerish, but for now, it is weekly reset time. So if you guys finished your last faction rally, we've got to check out the winners' wares. We've got a pretty tame week this week because Solstice of Heroes starts next week. I know a couple of you guys asked for that. I'm going to be out of town this weekend, but I'm going to try and get a video up so it'll kind of pop up Thursday or Friday. Give you guys something to watch while I'm out of town just as Solstice of Heroes is coming. Little stuff to look forward to. We've got our standard milestones, the usuals. Call to arms, get your Crucible stuff done. Heroic strikes will cover the modifiers on those. Flashpoint is the European dead zone, so always a lot of options here. Pretty quick, pretty much never a time that there's not a public event going on. So do that one. Make sure you guys are cranking out everything you need to for your triumphs as well. Those are still in the works. Things like regional chests and stuff like that. But yeah, EDZ, always a pretty easy one. Quick and simple. Lots of options there. I will get the Cade Stash video up as well, so look for that one. Once it's up, I'll put a card up here in the top of the screen so you can click on that link and go straight to it if you need it. But other than that, let's take a look at some of the options for the week. Strikes. So your heroic strikes, we've got Arc Singe for the week. Your modifiers are going to start this week on Grenadier, so you're going to have two options for heavyweight. They're going to be Thursday and then Sunday. So pretty much whatever starts the week is going to see it 3 times. The other are going to see it 2. Obviously, we have 7 days a week. Odd numbers in math. But Grenadier, then Brawler, and then Heavyweight. So you'll see it Thursday to Friday, and then Sunday to Monday, and then that last day will be back to Grenadier. So if you're looking to do heroic strikes, maybe save those for late in the weekend or Thursday night if you got some free time. I'll be out from like Thursday to Tuesday, so I get back Tuesday sometime. So my weekly reset will try and return when I get home. Just have to see how much time I've got left on my hands when I get home. But it is Solstice of Heroes Day, so I will try and cover as much as I can. So please check out the video next week. I will have hopefully a lot to cover, just maybe a little later in the day than usual. That being said, your Nightfall, it's also a good week for the Nightfall. We've got the Tree of Probabilities, so if you still haven't got your D.F.A hand cannon, this is where you get it. Now, they have fixed the drop rate, at least so it is dropping. It's still low. I haven't got it yet. I haven't been grinding hundreds of Nightfalls, but I know some people have grinded this thing a lot, and it's still pretty minimal. So, you know, pick your poison if you actually really want to spend a ton of time doing the Nightfall. But a couple runs in there, especially if you want to, you know, get a couple friends. If you go something like Prestige with, say, like Void and Heavyweight, it's a good combo. Some people throw Momentum on there as well, so you can just keep running through the entire strike the whole time, and then you basically just melt the boss. So there are ways to make this thing really, really efficient, but easy way, if you go Void Singe, there's not as much Void, and then if you go Heavyweight, just power weapons alone is worth it. So Heavyweight will just speed up the boss killing process quite well. Something like Lunafaction boots, stuff like that will make it almost cake. So with the new special thing we've got out there, it might be even quicker. We'll just have to see how that one goes later. I'll get to that in a bit without too much spoilers. But next, we are going to go see what Tess has and a couple other vendors for your daily bounties. At least I'll do those once a day. Probably not going to do it once a week. I won't do them every day. Then we're going to check on our faction winner. Shout out New Monarchy, pulling it out. So to Eververse first. Alright, Guardians, so Eververse has a couple boxes up here. Now, if you haven't done the secret quest, you probably won't even see these yet, so I'll explain those later in one kind of full package spoiler situation. So for now, you've got your home run ornament, always entertaining. I love any of these with the neon, just knock it out of the park. Very, very cool. I've also got your Awaken the Warmind, also a cool one, just because anything, again, with those neons, but it's actually just kind of cool, pretending to be hacking something. You got a couple basic Sparrow ship. Your Ghost is the Bursting Wisdom Shell for your exotic. Increase loot from all public events and generate Gunsmith on any elemental weapon. So it's decent for general use. I still think my favorite, and keep your eyes out for it, is the Star Map Shell. Just because it's general use, I mean, you know, nothing crazy on the looks. I like the outline, but it's detects caches within 50 meters. I literally see them everywhere. And increased glimmer gain, which is cool. But I see caches every planet, doesn't matter, and I see them for a ways. Even if like I zoom in on a scope, I see something I probably shouldn't see. So this one works crazy well. And then it still has omni-telemetry, which telemetry doesn't really do squat most of the time, but it's there. Anything else is just, you know, bonus. So those two are just the big ones. This Star Map Shell is still probably my favorite. You got your helmet for your kind of Eververse armor set. You've got your particle accelerator. I like the other ornament on this gun. This one looks a little too pastel for me. The other one's got more of the kind of galaxy type look to it. I like that one better. For the devil's work for this one, it's kind of a clean look, very simple. I like the ornamental stuff on it. Down to business. So there's one that has kind of bluish colored tips on the barrels. This one is just if you want to have some bling on your sweet business. And some wood. Other than that, you've got your transmat effects, some shaders are in here, and some boons. So pretty basic stuff. I will cover that stuff a little later. So yes, I know I'm teasing you in the same video. I'm going to talk about it. But let's go check out New Monarchy right after we talk about the bounties. Alright, so Zavala has his daily bounties. Remember, these are on 24-hour expiration. Legendary gear is not all the time. It's possible, but it's not guaranteed from these. So you guys note it's always kind of a possible, but it's just kind of the same way as your opening chest. It's probably on about the same rotation. Like if you open like 5 or 10 bounties, you might get 1 or 2 legendaries. Most of us probably don't need them. I really don't need the shaders, but haven't really been doing a lot of bounties anyway. But honestly, if you're just going to go do some random stuff in the world, you're waiting on a special quest public event I'll get to in a little bit. If you're just chilling, doing some stuff, like, or you're doing your strikes on the days with heavyweight, at least come by here, pick these up, get a little extra, because you never know these tokens when it comes to random rolls and things like that. In Forsaken, you're probably going to want all the tokens you can get your hands on. And if you're working on tokens to get that level 50 up, if you're doing some strikes, even just your Nightfall and your milestones, have these so you get a few extra strikes. Especially if you got Arc Singe on there and it's Arc Kills, might be a good day to pair those together. Let's go check out Shaxx as well, but we've got enemies defeated, literally 50 enemies. You'll just do that in a strike, very simple. Grenade kills, 10. That might be a little harder, but if it's on Grenadier on heroic strikes, it actually might be closer than you think. Just pick the right grenade. Something like Thermite Grenade for the Titan is a great one because it's got that wave. So if you have a whole bunch of Thrall coming at you, that's like 6 kills right there. So pick your grenades, use those kind of wisely if you're going for bounties. Headshots. I mean, aim for those precisions. You probably want them anyway, so likely to happen pretty quick. Solo kills and art kills. And again, just depending on your build. Mess around with your build, mess around with your burn on a Nightfall Prestige, stuff like that. Again, they go pretty quick. If you want to work on them, they're not going to be the biggest rewards in the world, but just a way to get some tokens, have a little extra to do. Still digging them. Let's go check on Shaxx. Alright guys, so Shaxx over here has 15 Guardians defeated. If you play Crucible at all, freebie, easy, no big deal. Final blows, so using kinetic weapons, land the final blow. So it's just 10 kills with your kinetic weapon. It's going to happen if you play some. Final blows with melee, now that's going to be harder, but it is only 3, so you might have to intentionally get into a few punching matches. Maybe something along the lines of like, pair yourself with a sidearm or submachine gun so you can cover some range, get a quick burst, and then punch them. Might be a way to knock that out. 3 opponents in a row, just try and play it safe maybe, work on picking people off, or just go for a nice group with your super. And then finally, arc final blows, and that's anything from arc weapons to abilities. So honestly, if you're just doing these activities, you may as well pick these up. They're 250 Glimmer. You shouldn't be hurting on Glimmer. Play the game, you'll probably be fine. But just a way to get some extra tokens, work on some levels, and save those tokens. Come Forsaken and random rolls, you're probably going to want all the tokens you can get. I got 500, you might have 2,000. Hold them. Hold them for Forsaken, you're going to appreciate it. So let's go check New Monarchy, and then we'll get to this whole secret discussion, which most of you probably already know about anyway. Alright, Guardians, so New Monarchy did pull it out. Seems fairly obvious as the catalysts have been kind of the ordering factor. Everybody wanted Graviton, and then Sunshot was way better than Sweet Business, so finally the hardcores grinded out the Sweet Business one, just like I did. So I literally got to 50 and I stopped, though. So that's another thing. It's like once I got to 50, there's no point to keep pushing, just because, it's not that big of a deal. Either way, none of the weapons were amazing. But we do get the Broadsword Launcher this week. You're going to get it with Masterwork of Blast Radius, which is good. That'd be a good perk. Blast Radius isn't like maxed out, so it's not amazing. Unfortunately, the perk on this one is Auto-Loading Holster. Now, for a rocket launcher, that might be okay because it's one shot in the magazine. But really, the times you need to pump out a ton of rockets, you're probably either going to be running Rally Barricade, Lunafaction Boots on your Warlock, stuff like that if you need to pump out damage. So, Auto-Loading Holster is fairly weak in the grand scheme. Like, I actually think tracking is coming back for Forsaken for rocket launchers, which is really needed. But this one, overall, if you missed it, I wouldn't worry about it. There's plenty of other rocket launchers, I'm sure, out there just like it. It does have implosion rounds, so speed, increased stability, but decreased blast radius. Now, you can boost the radius and reload speed, giving up stability. Oh, wait, who cares about stability? It's a one-shot rocket launcher. So, definitely if you do pick this up, go high velocity. Then you've got countermass, volatile launch, which is going to lower things but give you some blast radius. These two together will get close to a higher blast radius. And this one is just a small thing with smart drift control, but yeah, it's kind of a toss-up between these two, but I think they're both better than countermass. But in general, not much, but remember, if you're working on your ornaments, so say, for example, I need to complete the objective, defeat Cabal phalanx while pledged to New Monarchy. So here, going to work on those ornaments. So if I've got my gauntlets here, and I'm working on them, I can see 29%. So if I'm just shooting phalanx, I can still earn this week and finish up my ornaments, which is kind of a nice thing to be able to do since I did finish it, but not quite the ornaments. So remember, if you're missing any ornaments, you can't get a higher rank. But if there's ornaments you need to get, maybe there's a gun you didn't buy yet or some reason, whatever, you can still come pick this stuff up. So I picked up the GN7. Apparently people like this thing. I still got to get a feel for it. But, if you haven't picked up the GN7 and you did go New Monarchy, I might grab that as well. But other than that, let's go ahead and grab this thing for our 1000 Glimmer. Add it to our collection. And give me a second and let's talk about the secret stuff. Alright Guardians, so you are probably wondering why I'm finishing this video with IO. Some of you may know, some of you may not. So there is a secret quest out there that popped up this weekend. So if you weren't, following Twitter or the Twitch streams that were going on, or just out of town this weekend, for example, you may have missed that there is a new exotic in Destiny. And what I have found, there's a glitch where you can actually practice, because the first half of the quest is a jumping puzzle and it's a timed mission. So an ability to practice the jumps so you can have more time to fight the enemies, because it's a tough mission in the first place, will help. Your reward, of course, heads up for a spoiler alert in 3, 2, 1. If you played Destiny 1, you're going to know what this thing is. But we got back Black Hammer, and this is the unnerfed D1 version of Black Hammer. It's called Whisper of the Worm. Lore tab if you want it. Actually kind of cool conceptually. White Nail. Higher base precision damage, so that's a good thing. Then, rapidly landing 3 hits will refill the magazine, and that means without pulling from the reserves. So if you do it right, you never run out of ammo. Now, it's hard to do, but if you have a boss to pump damage into who's fairly large, and a big target, especially the precision head, for example, you can do so much damage with this gun. It is amazing. So, the other one is Mulligan. Missing a shot, you get a chance to get one more. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you miss, you have a chance to get some ammo back and still get that triple reload, which is nice. And the catalyst is just going to make this thing better. It's going to get box breathing, which is apparently on the Icolo sniper. Aiming this weapon without firing for a brief moment grants bonus range and precision damage while it remains zoomed. So this thing is going to be insane, by the way, for bosses, especially come Forsaken. So I do suggest you guys get this. And to help you guys with the whole process, I'm going to put together a video and show you guys. You can jump on those trees and actually glitch into the map back there. And I'll put a link to it up here so you guys can see it. And this is going to be one of those things, if you can get in there, it's not the easiest glitch to get into. It takes a little bit, and I would recommend Hunter is not probably going to be able to do it, but Titan and Warlock seem to be able to. I've seen it in both ways. But if you can get into there and get a feel for the jumps, get a feel for the puzzle, you can die all you want without a time limit. And then when you finally know how to get through everything, where the chests are and stuff, then it's a nice way to work your way through. So, hope you guys do enjoy. The videos will be coming. Cade Stash video will come second, and then I will probably try and get the glitch in solo guide, jumping puzzle, all that situation for that secret mission. I will get that one up later as well. So, looking forward to getting that one up to you guys. As always, weekly reset is done for now, but enjoy your victory week, New Monarchy people. For the rest of you guys, grind out any more ornaments that you did not get. Solstice of Heroes starts next week. I will be back next week on Tuesday, just depending on when the day is when I will get it up. But outside of that, thank you guys for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button if you guys haven't. You guys know I'll keep the videos coming. Got a few more coming out today. And then, of course, you can follow me on twitter.com, Ebontis, twitch.tv/Ebontis. Not this weekend, but you can always catch Flashpoints live or anything else live that I'm doing there. So thank you guys for tuning in. As always, appreciate the support. If you did enjoy the video, drop a like. Helps me very much with, YouTube's crazy algorithms. Leave a comment if you want to say, hey, what's up, or just want to see other things in these videos. And otherwise, I know it's long, but thank you for tuning in and sticking with me. I'll see you guys soon. Have a good one.